Hey there, little fella. Something a bit different today. I found myself getting back into music production after, I don't know, like a 2 year hiatus or something. Not because I was inspired or motivated or anything, but because all of a sudden I started getting a bunch of licensing requests for some of my music from some pretty big clients, which I'm kind of excited about. And I'll spill the beans about all of it once it goes through. The only problem is this big client wants usage rights and stem files, which is basically the entire composition separated by each individual instrument and element that make up the whole of the track. So I had to fire up the old 2019 Beat Machine, and thankfully everything seems to be in place, but there are some pretty big roadblocks. The bulk of the instruments were from something called Composer Cloud, which was a subscription service that I canceled a long time ago. And you would think, no big deal, just renew the subscription, right? That's what I thought. And so I renewed it for a year, which was a good chunk of money, but nope. Apparently the instruments and interface I used were phased out, and I started a subscription for a newer version of the program and updated instruments, which I now need to download from scratch. And based on these download speeds, that might take days. And so now I'm back and forth with tech support in California exploring my options, which seems to be a temporary license for the older version and or replacing all of the old instruments with newer versions. And this isn't some drum and bass or 5-piece band kind of track. This is a giant sweeping orchestral piece with layers upon layers of an impenetrable wall of sound. And did my lazy ass from 2020 label or organize any of it for 2026 me to figure out what I'm looking at? Of course not. So we'll see what happens.